Thank you.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World. Watch sneak previews of what's coming soon. Go to azpbs.org/previews today. When you want to be more informed, Arizona PBS delivers news and analysis with multiple perspectives, thanks to financial support from you. And
I'm David Goldstein, owner of Biltmore Loan and Jewelry. We buy or loan on upscale assets. We have over 30 years of experience in determining values of automobiles, jewelry, art, collectibles, and antiques. For more information and appointments, biltmoreloan.com.
Retire like you mean it. Meritage Active Adult Communities.
Friendship Village Tempe, a retirement community for over 30 years, offers independent living with residency options, lifelong learning classes, as well as continuing care. Information at friendshipvillageaz.com.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Today is the biggest online shopping day of the year, and confidence among Arizona consumers is increasing just in time to help businesses.
I just saw it and I was like, oh, okay, cool, 36, like, whatever.
For this Arizona high school student, a perfect score on her ACT was no big deal, and she did it without any prep.
And the University of Arizona is coming up with a healthier way to keep food fresher for longer.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Joey Carrera.
And I'm Kate Pfeiffer. Thank you for joining us.
Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and now Cyber Monday. Holiday shopping is in full swing. A recent Behavior Research Center poll shows consumer confidence in Arizona is on the rise. Reporter Allison Hoskins took a look into Arizona's spirit of spending.
The latest Rocky Mountain poll by the Behavior Research Center showed several counties across Arizona all saw a steady rise in consumer confidence in the past year. Statewide, confidence has risen 10.5 points from October of last year to October of this year. Sarah Bingham owns the local clothing store Antique Sugar. She started online but opened a physical store in Central Phoenix in 2010 before moving downtown.
Since we moved into this location again a year and a half ago, our sales have been good. Like really, we're doing a lot better here than we were in our old location. We've definitely seen an uptick this month, especially this last weekend, Black Friday weekend.
According to the poll, Maricopa County residents' confidence jumped from 88.5 points in October of 2015 to 98.7 points this year. Pima County also saw an increase of about 14 points, and rural areas saw just over a 7-point increase. Dr. Dennis Hoffman, a professor at the W.P. Carey School of Business at Arizona State University, said consumer confidence is recovering.
Arizona's had a long, difficult challenge with the Great Recession. It's been a slow but steady march up. But over the last year, we've seen some significant warming in confidence. I think confidence will continue to march up.
The holiday season is bringing people into stores and online. According to the National Retail Federation, some 122 million Americans will shop online on Cyber Monday. But Bingham is more confident that people will choose to shop in person.
Historically, we have done a lot of online sales about this time of year, but since we moved into our new location, like our in-store sales have been good enough to where we haven't been relying so heavily on our online stuff.
Researchers say if consumer confidence continues to surge, it may be a hopeful sign that Arizona's economy is on the upswing. In the broadcast center, Allison Hoskins, Cronkite News.
For many people, the holiday shopping season also means giving a little extra to those in need. But a new survey from Wallet Hub shows Arizonans may be more stingy when it comes to giving. Wallet Hub says Arizonans are the least charitable in the country, saying we donate the least amount of money to charities. And we also are high on the list for the smallest number of charities per capita. The survey lists Utah as the most charitable state in the U.S., crediting it with nearly 40% of volunteer rate and highest percentage of donated income in the U.S.
One Phoenix shopping center is looking to attract more businesses for future holiday seasons. The Arizona Center in downtown is set to get a makeover, and Cronkite News reporter Caitlin Greno joins us live with the plans. Caitlin?
I'm here on the southwest side of the Arizona Center. Developers want to make the 26-year-old center more appealing to today's customers as downtown Phoenix is changing.
When it was first open, it was super popular and always jam-packed, but over the years we've kind of seen a decline in the number of vacancies, retail vacancies and stuff like that. So we don't come very often, but when we do, we like to walk around and we enjoy it.
The developers hope the modern center design will bring in more shoppers.
There'll be a very high-end metal skin going on the building. All the paving that's sandstone now that has deteriorated quite a bit will be replaced. Glazing will be replaced. All sorts of lighting features will be added.
The center redesign means the entryway at 3rd Street and Van Buren has the roof angled towards the sky like a rocket ship. The center is expected to offer valet parking off of 3rd Street. More seating and glass walls are planned for the interior courtyard. The manager of the Flag World store says it's time for a makeover.
Working at the center for a long time, it's a need for some more life downtown. I'm kind of excited that they have such a big renovation planned.
Parallel Capital Partners wanted to renovate even before they bought the property a year ago.
It will be a very upscale retail center by the time we're finished with it.
Anybody that puts a $25 million investment into something has definitely made some calculations that it's going to pay off in the long run. So I probably to open up the space a little more and to have more seating and a little bit of an update and a friendlier kind of physical environment is going to help, sure.
The Arizona Center will stay open during construction, which starts in January. It's expected to be finished by September. Live in downtown Phoenix, Caitlin Greno, Cronkite News.
Many of you will be heading out to shopping centers and malls across the valley in the coming weeks, and Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio is getting ready to deploy his posse one last time to protect holiday shoppers. Sheriff Arpaio says over the years his posse has provided thousands of hours of nearly free law enforcement to malls across the valley.
I started a program in 1993, Protect the People as they go and shop on the holidays. We're going to enhance that type of security because of what's happening at malls recently across the United States.
Patrolling in the malls begins this afternoon. Arpaio says he is very proud of the work the volunteers have done over the years.
Another last for an Arizona politician. Maricopa County Recorder Helen Purcell presented the final results of the 2016 general election this morning. The Maricopa County Board of Supervisors unanimously accepted the results of nearly 1.5 million votes. Despite the high number of mail-in and in-person ballots, Purcell says the voter turnout for the 2016 general election was among the lowest since 2000. She says her team faced a series of distractions like lawsuits filed over poll access, but she has nothing but praise for the more than 4,000 people involved in the verification, processing, and tabulation of ballots this month.
We have put together a very good team. Excellent, not only election team, but also on the recording side. We have the #1 recording office in the country, and I'm very proud of that. So I hope that will continue.
Purcell's 28-year run as recorder is ending after she lost to challenger Adrian Fontes.
Experts say early ballots in Arizona that were turned in at the last minute helped some Republican candidates win their races. Early ballots turned in on Election Day tend to favor Democrats who focus on get-out-the-vote campaigns and offer to deliver early ballots to polling places. But campaign consultants say this year Republicans held on to their ballots until the very last minute, which ended up helping the party keep the majority in the state. Today, the Wisconsin Elections Commission voted to not require counties in the state to conduct a recount by hand. The commission will allow each county to choose their own recount method. Election officials hope to start their recount on Thursday if the state receives payment from Green Party candidate Jill Stein tomorrow.
Essentially, a statewide recount would need to be completed in less than 2 weeks, and given staff's experience with the 2011 Supreme Court recount, it is going to be a very tight and aggressive time frame, and it is going to require election officials throughout the state to work extended hours during the week and work over the weekend as well.
Stein could still ask a judge to order the recounts to be done by hand, which would require even more time to complete. Federal law requires all election disputes be resolved within 35 days of the election. President-elect Donald Trump is continuing to interview prospective cabinet members. Trump met with former CIA Director General David Petraeus. Despite Petraeus currently being investigated for leaking information by the Defense Department, he is rumored to be considered for Secretary of State. Trump is also planning on meeting with Mitt Romney for the second time tomorrow.
Law enforcement officials are set to announce the launch of their annual DUI enforcement and sober designated driver campaigns. State, local, and federal officials will highlight the dangers of impaired driving at a press conference tomorrow. The DUI task force deploys across the state and arrests more than 25,000 people last year.
For many low-income families, parents struggle to balance working and spending time with their kids.
But one school in Tucson is doing their part to make it a little easier. Coming up on Cronkite News, how La Paloma Academy is bringing families together through the most important meal of the day.
And she's one of 24 students in the state to score a perfect 36 on the ACT. But to her, it's no big deal.
I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now. Now.
This is a box that showed you a world beyond your own. It was just a box, but the world has changed, and so have we. And now the box can be almost any size or shape. And you decide what you want to explore. Anytime, any place. Break out of the box with PBS.
An Arizona high schooler senior landed a perfect score on the ACT college admissions test, and it was only her second time taking it. Cronkite News reporter Alicia Gonzalez tells us just how rare that is.
Most of the college students in this room had to take either the ACT or the SAT college admissions test just to get here. Some may have taken a few practice courses, and some may have just winged it. I met with one Arizona high school student who pretty much did just that.
I looked at it, and I guess to me it still hasn't hit me as exceptional yet. I just saw it and I was like, oh, okay, cool, 36.
Although the big 36 may not sound like a big deal to Ruth Oliver, she's part of a very small percentage of students.
Less than 1/10 of 1% of students who take the ACT achieve a 36 composite score, and that's very, very consistent from year to year.
According to ACT research, over 36,000 Arizona students took the ACT last academic year, and only 24 earned perfect scores.
Like, the teachers want you to do good, but at the same time, they want you to be enjoying yourself.
Oliver says it's her regular schooling that prepared her for the test, not any specific prep books or courses. Apparently, that's not unusual.
You'd be surprised how many students take the ACT, and when they're surveyed about, hey, what'd you do, in terms of prep, the answer is absolutely nothing. I mean, they didn't even crack open a practice test to see what it was going to look like. I mean, it's hard to believe, but a high percentage of students go in cold.
Oliver's teacher says she can thank her natural curiosity for the score.
One really cool thing about Ruth is that she is really happy as she does her work. She's, ooh, that's interesting. Oh, I wonder why this.
I always find something in each worksheet or project we do, one thing that makes it exciting, or try and make it different, or make it your own.
If you are actually going to take the time to prepare for the test, the best thing to do is at least look at a practice test. That way you're comfortable with the format, and you'll be much more comfortable during the actual test. In the First Amendment Forum, Alicia Gonzalez, Cronkite News.
This morning, the United States Department of Education released new rules for the Every Student Succeeds Act. This act will replace No Child Left Behind starting next school year. The new rules give more flexibility to states to decide how they are going to hold schools accountable for student success. The Arizona Department of Education says the specific accountability measure is still up in the air, although they are on track to submit their full plan in January. Misty Arthur, Executive Director of American Federation of Teachers Arizona, says she hopes the new measures move away from testing. In a statement, Arthur said, while it is important to collect data and prepare students for testing in high school, tying school success strictly to test scores hurts the morale of teachers and doesn't give a full picture of the state. Well, breakfast is said to be the most important meal of the day, but for some low-income families, it may be the only meal of the day. Arizona is the 13th worst state for food hardship, according to a survey by Food Research and Action Center. Jesse Canales tells us how one school is combating hunger by making sure both parents and students are able to enjoy a meal together.
Before the Pledge of Allegiance, and before they make their way to class, the students of La Paloma Academy start their day here with breakfast. Some of the children are joined by their parents.
I'm here all the time.
Like most of the families at La Paloma Academy, Griselda Cross is struggling financially.
As we speak, I don't have a vehicle, so I come in with one of the parents here.
A single mother of 4, Cross provides for her family with a part-time job as a housekeeper.
I don't think I'll be able to make it if the school didn't have the free breakfast and free lunch.
At the age of 43,
I wasn't planning on having any more kids. I mean, the younger was 23, right, at that time.
She was stunned when she learned she was pregnant with her youngest daughter, Camila, in 2009.
Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do?
She says the free meals at the school make her feel relieved because it is one less worry. In fact, many of the family members who stay to eat with the students appreciate the time they are able to spend with them.
These 2 grandparents had no idea, no clue that they could do it, and they ate this morning and they were so excited. Thank you so much. I had no idea we could do this. But yeah, it made my day just seeing how happy it made them.
The free meals are not only a way to combat hunger, but to help parents interact more with school faculty.
Sometimes the teachers use that breakfast as a means of communication to talk to parents.
The school says they believe many of their before and after school programs, like the free breakfast, are one of the reasons they have a high number of returning students. In Tucson, Jessica Canales, Cronkite News.
La Paloma Academy says the breakfast meals are free. However, parents do have to pay for lunch, but they say it costs less than a meal at McDonald's. The push to go organic is gaining traction across the country.
And researchers at the University of Arizona are jumping on board. Coming up on Cronkite News, how U of A is turning everyday vegetables into food preservatives.
Plus, we were supposed to get some rain in the valley. It didn't happen, but it looks like Flagstaff got some snow. We'll have your forecast after the break.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm always searching to feel like I fit into something.
We are the people that we are because of our past.
I'm just one of many who stopped being silent.
It's just proof of how far we have come.
Make sure in all the hustle and bustle, we don't lose sight of why we're here.
It all boils down to communicating the lives we live.
If you look closely, they've got a story to tell.
It connects with you in a very deep way.
We wish you love, peace, and soul.
Come with us on this great adventure.
Come and play with us.
Onward and onward.
Good ideas open up a whole new world of possibilities.
The more you know about history, the more you know about yourself.
The sky is the limit.
Where I go, there you are.
Salmonella, E. coli, and listeria, all types of foodborne illnesses everyone wants to avoid. What if there was a new method of preserving meat products and fresh produce that didn't involve harsh chemicals? Reporter Dana Lewandowski explains what scientists at the University of Arizona are working on.
With more than 250 well-known foodborne illnesses, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says we should be more cautious about the food we put in our bodies. Scientists at the University of Arizona have been working on 3 plant-based antimicrobials, a spray, powder, and a liquid wash. Some are even flavored. These could replace the harsh chemicals used today to preserve food products.
We test these compounds in a laboratory medium at the cultures of the bacterium and try to see if they are able to kill the bacteria. And once they did that, then we started applying them on food products.
How do consumers feel about using plant-based antimicrobials on their food? Volunteers participated in a study, and the feedback had them wanting to come back for seconds.
A lot of people actually wanted to come back and do this study because they thought it was a cool concept, and also I think the idea of cinnamon roll flavored spinach or lettuce kind of appealed to them, and it's healthy, it's accredited by the FDA, so I think nobody's had an issue so far.
According to the CDC, 1 in 6 Americans get sick every year because of contaminated food or drinks. One dietitian from ASU's College of Health Solutions says it's important that we take measures to prevent these illnesses, and more people today are joining in on using all-natural products.
For delaying and preventing bacterial growth, well, that's great. You can use products that are already basically grown. Mother Nature's grown to help them reduce the microbial growth. Let's use them. Let's use Mother Nature to our advantage.
So far, the scientists are still looking for investors and working with Tech Launch Arizona to do more customer surveys about the antimicrobials. In Tucson, Dana Lewandowski, Cronkite News.
Well, it was quite chilly this morning, and chances are you needed a jacket. Joey Carrera is in the Cronkite Weather Center. Joey, what do we have to expect for the rest of the week?
You are right, Kate. It was quite chilly, and it's going to stay pretty much the same for the rest of the week. 63 degrees right now with a light wind coming out from the south-southeast at 5 miles per hour, so it's not too bad. We were supposed to be getting some rain today, but that didn't happen. As you can see here, by 6 p.m., we take a look at the high country. All of these pockets of blue and pink and purple up there, that's actually snowfall, so it's going to be concentrated up in that area. As time progresses and we hit into Tuesday, you can see pretty much that area is cleared out, and that chance gets out of the state for that time. But as we move on with our day here in the valley, you'll notice that pretty much things stay looking quite nice. At 9 p.m. we get to 54 degrees. It's going to be pretty dark today also, starting around 6. The sun will go down at 5:21, so it's going to get a lot darker. And for the rest of the week, it's going to be pretty much the same, 60s and 40s with a chance of storm on Friday. So that's your forecast for the rest of the week. Joey Carrera, Cronkite Weather.
A year of training all came down to today for Valley firefighters. Coming up on Cronkite News, we take you out to a field where firefighters put their training into action.
The confidence to lead our country.
This isn't reality television.
I feel like Hamilton reached out from history and wouldn't let me go until I told his story.
I make no apology for my actions. I would do the same again.
How have we come so far and yet have so far to go?
Right there, coming up.
In 1920s Melbourne,
Careful with the hand luggage. My pistol's in there somewhere and it may still be loaded.
Phryne Fisher is a detective.
Things could get interesting around here.
Thought they already were.
Who isn't afraid to live a little.
I hope you're not concealing a dangerous weapon under that skirt.
I'm concealing a lot of things. Why do you think you can just run off on your own? Because I'm carrying a gun.
The irresistible series, Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries.
Saturday night at 10 on Arizona PBS.
Hi, I'm Charlie Rose. As part of the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at ASU,
Arizona PBS is providing a state-of-the-art venue for the next generation of journalists. From newsrooms in Washington, Los Angeles, and here in Phoenix, students engage in real-time, real-world news reporting, broadcast production, and online innovation. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS working together in new ways to bridge the classroom to the community in the digital age.
Gas leaks, pilot rescues, and helicopter emergencies are all a part of hazmat team training. Cronkite News reporter Sarah Lichterman went to Glendale Municipal Airport to see how firefighters prepare for hazardous situations.
Proficiency is the name of the game, and training is always important to us.
Valley firefighters have spent every Monday in hazardous training for the entire year, and this is the result.
The tarp is in place on the Stinger, and we are in the process of turning off the pump and the helicopter.
This drill involves a malfunction with a helicopter crop duster leaking gallons of toxic Zika virus-fighting pesticide. And the firefighters' mission to rescue the trapped pilot, research the chemical, and contain the contamination.
Once we're able to identify what the product is, how much of the product there is, how we need to treat for it, and what we need to do, then we can put that into action. But if we don't have that research, we're going blind.
Over the Stinger so they can safely operate into the cockpit area to shut off the pump and then shut off the power to the helicopter.
Once the research is completed, entry firefighters dress in their full bodysuit splash gear and head on site to stop the source of the leak. Due to the toxicity of the chemical after the incident, as demonstrated in this drill, the firefighters are metered and sprayed in the decontamination area.
We have an entry team member that has run out of air. Right now, over the last couple of years, the concern is the Zika virus from the mosquitoes. So that's what prompted this drill for us.
14 fire department agencies throughout the valley partner up to train and successfully complete these drills in case of future hazardous situations. In Glendale, Sarah Lichterman, Cronkite News.
Now, most firefighters will not see emergencies like these throughout their career, but are trained to prepare and handle any situation that comes their way.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, we'll hear about a new healthcare alliance between ASU and the Mayo Clinic. And we'll learn how tax credits can help lower your tax bill and help local organizations.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. With conservatives making gains around the world, we take a closer look at the far-right movement in France. That's Monday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Albertsons and Safeway are proud to support the Arizona Veterans Advancement Project and Arizona PBS. Learn more at azpbs.org/veterans.
Today's program is sponsored by RADW CPAs, Business and Financial Advisors, serving the needs of businesses and individuals since 1953.
Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
It was a very big emotion to perform in front of 6,000 people and to see the stars shining in the Florence sky.
We've been working very hard for this project, and now thanks to Placido Domingo, we made it.
Tonight at 7 on Arizona PBS. Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
If you are 60 or over, consider a charitable gift annuity with Arizona PBS. A charitable gift annuity will provide you a steady stream of income during your lifetime and also help ensure that Arizona PBS is available for future generations.
This is the story of the 1975-76 Cinderella Suns, the team that rose from the ashes of a broken season and astonishingly transformed into an NBA championship contender, knocking out the defending champ.
Adams is going to take it in for a slam